there, it's Beth from Scrapping Wonders, and I'm just up with a really quick art journal layout. This is in my mixed media book that I have. It's by Canson. It's fairly priced. I got it from Michael's during, I think it was a buy one get one, so I ended up getting one for myself and my little miss there. And I'm using a butterfly stencil from Downey, and what I did was I mixed the navy paint from Jane Davenport with some matte medium, and the matte medium that I mixed it with is fairly thick, but when I do this kind of technique I use the cheap matte medium that I got from Walmart for like $4. It's super cheap. It's by Daler and Rowney, and I really like it because it works, and it's fairly thick, and so it works. It's perfect for this type of thing. Then I have a splatter stamp from Close to My Heart that I used. I really like the splatter stamps. They make me happy. And I just kind of stamped that with archival ink all around the edge there, as you can see. And I want to get this dry. So I know for a fact that my gel medium is not fully dry, and it's not a thick layer, so it shouldn't really take too long to dry, but it did take a little bit of time. And I also want to make sure that my archival ink is dry before I go any further with my process here. And my next step, I believe, is I grabbed the Jane Davenport paint over pen, and I thought it was gonna work because the background blue and green, I guess you can call that a green, mint, blue and mint color that you see back there, that's dry. Like, that's been there forever because it was just from leftover paint from a project that I had done before. But the paint over pen was not working, so I gave up on that, and I grabbed my Molotow paint pen. It's in a fine, it's a very fine tip. And what I ended up doing was I outlined the butterfly, as well as on a few of the pieces of the butterfly, I went in on top of it. So I literally, with this marker, went on top of the gel medium / paint mixture that I used for the butterfly. And it worked really well. So I was just trying to get some highlights going there. Now, as much as I love my stamp set that you see here that I used, I can tell you, after I had stamped all around the edges, I was not loving it. But by the time this art journal layout here is done, I was really happy. And I don't usually doodle, but I have been working on trying to doodle more, not just in my art journals, but just daily life, because I do like to draw. So I just did some doodling here. I mean, you can see how simple it is. It's circles. I drew a little line with squiggles coming from the butterfly. So there's nothing special going on here. That's just it. Just adding more to the page, more interest to the page. When I art journal, the reason why I don't usually record them is because everything is done on the fly. Like, I have no idea what my plan is or what I'm going to do. But here I am. So I grabbed the lighter blue acrylic paint from Jane Davenport, and I got it fairly wet and added some drippage down the page. And all I did was put the paint, you can see it there on my glass mat. And let me tell you, I love my glass mat. So if you guys do not have a glass mat, I highly suggest grabbing a glass mat. I use this over any craft mat pretty much now because it's so easy to clean. It's heat resistant, just like all of the other craft mat. I don't know. It really works for me. I wish they had a larger glass mat. But I added some drippage, and you can see there that it's kind of there, but it's still fairly faint. So it's not there as much as I would like. And I'm drying this. But what I do like is the Jane Davenport acrylic paint is matte. There's no gloss to it. There's no shine to it. And I really do like that about her paint. And I'm looking forward to using it some more. So now I grabbed a Shimmerz, and I think Oh, Teal Me Down or something like that is the color that I grabbed. It's a fairly dark color, but you can see I just spritzed it on and then added water to it. And then I just have the water kind of like floating on the page. And I was super happy with the way that ended up looking. And I kind of wish I had added a little bit more of it, but I'm happy with it. I was really happy with the way that turned out. And of course I am just drying that stage as well, because you got to dry. If you're going to add more layers, you got to dry the layers in between. Otherwise you're just going to end up with a big mess. Oh, excuse me. So here I am. I'm just that extra paint that you saw on my glass mat. I just slopped it on somewhere else in another art journal that I have. And because, you know, we don't want to waste that paint. And then I'm getting these letters, this alpha stamp set that I have. This, God, I think I got this not last year 2016, but like 2015 when I did my December daily as a recommendation from Ali Edwards, and I bought them off of Amazon. And I really do like these alpha stamps, and I need to use them more than I do. But it's a great font, and I love that they're clear, even though I still didn't stamp straight at all. But that's what it's about with art journaling, right? You can just be as messy as you want, as unmessy as you want. I don't know. I was happy with it. Then I grabbed my Faber-Castell Pitt pen, which is made with India ink. So once dry, it is permanent. And I love, love, love my Pitt pens. I have the big brush pens in different colors. And then I have this set of 4 that I picked up at Michael's with a coupon, where it came with a really, really fine point, a medium point, and a brush point. I thought it was a set of 4. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a set of 3. I don't know. But I picked it up at Michael's using my coupon, so it was fairly inexpensive. And I highly suggest grabbing one of those sets if you like to art journal. So then I grabbed my Neocolor 2 crayons, and I just wanted to put a border around. And because they are water soluble, I just colored around the edge of it and then grabbed a Prima watercolor brush because I didn't want too much water, and just went around the Neocolor so that it would be give me like a nice little border going on there. That is it for this art journal layout. Please hit that subscribe button below. I would really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching my videos and being a subscriber. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Bye.